Hey everyone, it's Jenny. I'm back with a project share. So this is actually something I've been wanting to do, which is just like die cut all of my Hello Kitty dies. Part of it is to have a sample, but also to see how hard it is to put together. And then I also wanted to have extras in case I have a few projects I'll be working on soon where I wanted to have some things kind of pre-made, but also that I have a swap. And then just in general, I wanted to give some of these die cuts as part of my prize pack for my birthday challenge giveaway. So if you're not familiar with what that is, I will link the video announcement down below so that you can check it out in case you want to enter. So one of them is to provide me, send me a die cut, Hello Kitty die cut or Sanrio die cut, or, and then you can enter to win a Hello Kitty prize pack, or you can send me a snack from your area, and then and then what is it called? You'll be entered to win a Hawaii snack pack. So I did get one entry. I did post it on Instagram, so that's where I'll be posting all of the entries that I receive. Okay, so let's just get into it so that you can see all the stuff I did, and I'll kind of point out some of my mistakes along the way. Just to give you an idea. And then I think somebody asked me once to do like a tutorial on how to put some of them together. If I can figure out how to do that, I will try, but if I can't, then sorry. I can just kind of explain it to you. Okay, so let's start off with the Halloween stuff because that's coming up first. So these dies are okay, so there's several types of dies, right? There's some where it's just paper piecing it, so you have to kind of know like where like the arms go and that kind of stuff. This one was very tedious. As you can see, it had really small pieces, but I do like the way it came out. So I did make a couple of these. I'm only showing you one. The other one is with the die so that I have reference the next time I try to make it. But I did think that this one came out really cute. And then this one, okay, so this one and this one and even this one, these are all it provides the outline of the Hello Kitty, but they're all in separate pieces, so you have to like cut each one out individually and then like piece it together. So this one is very time consuming. It took me a lot longer to do these. That's why I only have like one of each. And then I couldn't figure out how it's supposed to look. So actually when I went to go look on AliExpress for the reference, this is supposed to be on top of her head. And then there's like another like tall stem, but I didn't know how she was supposed to be on it. So actually she's supposed to be on the side and then the stem goes out this way. I was like, why is it like covering her face? So anyway, the other thing that I wanted to point out is that I did try to follow the technique that Christian mentioned in one of her Hello Kitty videos, where you lay down the black outline and then you just use your pens to color it in, your alcohol markers, and that was a lot easier. So I do highly recommend that you try that if you don't like paper piecing. The only thing that I want to point out, and I don't know if she talked about this in her video, but if you want to, if you're going to do that, you have to glue down the black pieces first, the outline pieces. But you have to be careful because if that glue seeps out from underneath the border, then it may be like resistance when you color over it. So I don't know if you can tell, like right there, I think there's glue right there. I think when you look at it straight on, it looks okay, but if you do like look at it in the light, then you can kind of see where the glue was. And then sometimes it makes a big difference when you're coloring it. So just a word of caution, if you are going to use that method, then you really have to make sure that it's going to be clean when it goes down. So anyway, I'll link Christian's video below so that you can see what I'm talking about. But I did finally wanted to try and make some of these dies. So these were, again, more difficult to put together. I just wanted to warn you about that. This one was really easy, even though it is all separate pieces. I don't know if you noticed here, but I did have to fussy cut around the hand. So if you don't like fussy cutting, this might not be the die for you. But otherwise, the rest of it was very easy to put together. So I did make the Halloween version. I also have a regular version somewhere in here. And then I made one more just to keep with the actual die. So I'm trying to do that more often because that helps me identify. Funny story, I actually bought 3 of the same die. I was looking at my history at AliExpress. And I'm like, why did I buy it again? I already bought it like twice. And then when I went to go look at what the die looked like, I realized that I had it, and I did know, and I looked at it, I'm like, oh shoots, that was the same die. So I do have several of this one particular die, and unfortunately I used two of them already, so I may give one to a friend. But I'm probably going to get one newer version. If I do get that, I might give it away as part of the giveaway. Okay, so this is another one where you can color it in. This one was really easy because she's all white. You don't have a whole lot of other paper piecing to do. So I did like that one a lot. And then I did make some Christmas ones because I'm getting ready to do a Christmas swap. So I'm trying to use like different colors. So this is more of the pastel Hello Kitty. I did do some in red. These are all where I use the pen to color it in versus paper piecing. I thought that one came out cute. I might go back and do some stickles and stuff on it. Okay, so these were, okay, here's one more. So these were a little bit harder to do because they were the individual pieces and I had to then paper piece them together. This one was really a lot of work. I don't like how this came out now that I look at it. I actually like this better where the heart is in front. I think that looks a little strange with the heart in the back. So if I were to do it again, I probably wouldn't do it this way. I'd probably do it this way. But as I mentioned, this one is a lot of paper piecing. I don't know if I recommend this one too much. This is the one that I bought like 3 of, the gingerbread Hello Kitty. So instead of cutting the outline out in black, I cut it out in white. So it looks more like a cookie, and then I mounted it on like kind of like a craft cardstock. The one thing I did want to point out is instead of using the white for the eyes, I kind of didn't like the way it looked. So I went back to black and I think I like it better. And then these two I paper pieced. So they are all individual pieces. You will have to cut them out multiple times. So it is a little bit more time consuming to do these, but I do like how they came out. I think that they came out really cute. Okay, so those are the holiday ones, and the rest are all like just generic ones that you can use anytime. But I'll show you the different variations that I did. So these are kind of like my favorite dies because they're just like standard Hello Kitties. You can use them on any kind of project. But so I made a couple where it was colored in, and I used more like the pastels. I wanted to do like one pastel and one bright because sometimes I use bright colored paper, especially when I use like doodlebug paper. Okay, and then this one is the same. It's the same die. It's just I cut it out in gold instead of black. And I didn't color it in because I wasn't sure if on the gold, if you colored it in, if it would show or not with the alcohol marker. So instead I did paper piecing. So this is the new Cricut board, the iridescent board cardstock that everybody was buying on Amazon. So I just wanted to see what it would look like. I'm not sure how much I really like it cut out in gold. I did see other people try and do that, so that's why I wanted to give it a try. But I'm sure that I will make use of it. If not, then maybe I would give it away. I'm not sure. I kind of like trend toward this one, like that's more of my favorite. Okay, so I did do the same thing here. Obviously, I like this die cut because look how many times I cut it. And I made these before, but I've used them all. So again, here's the one that's, what is it called? Cut out in gold. And then here's the 3 that I made. So again, pastel and then some brights. And then this is the other one. So like I said, these are the 3 that I kind of use the most. One bright and one. So this one I can use for Christmas too or whatever. Okay, and then I finally tried out this one. So you can actually pop out those and put in the black after you cut out the Hello Kitty. You can put the words in black, but I was too lazy to do that. I did use that Cricut cardstock again. And the other thing that I recommend is when you do these types of things, if you cut it out in twos, then you can swap out colors because you'll probably have to cut this whole thing out in, cut this out. What is it? This one out in, no, the whole thing out in pink, the whole thing out in green if you want it that way. And then like mismatch the colors and stuff like that. So if you do 2 at a time, then you can swap out the pieces. And then it makes it a little bit easier. So here's the negative or the border piece from when I cut out these, right? And this. So that's why I didn't want to waste it. So I just decided to try to use it. I don't know how I would use these, but I just thought that I wouldn't I just wanted to make use of it. So I made those. And then I thought these were really cute. I like the way she looks. I think the only problem with this one is that you have to then attach the whiskers by itself. That's why mine look different. Okay, so these, they're very easy to put together. It's just the head, you cut out the bow, the eyes, and the whiskers are already attached. The only thing is I had to get a Sharpie pen and color in the whiskers myself. But otherwise, these are pretty fast. This one was a little bit more work because I had to die cut it. It's all one piece. I had to die cut it in white, die cut it in pink, die cut it in blue. So this is what I'm talking about, where you can swap them out. So that's why she's wearing a blue dress, and then she has the pink unicorn. She's wearing the pink dress, and then she has the blue unicorn. So if you do it like in pairs, you can get kind of like a 2-for-1 kind of thing. And then because it's one piece, I just, on the back, I put the for the eyes and the nose and that kind of stuff. And then I did have to go in and color in the whiskers. So just keep those things in mind when you're looking at the actual die before you buy it. If you have a preference or you don't like doing certain things, then that might help you decide if you want to buy it or not. Okay, so these are all just like onesies. Like I only made like one of each of these just to see what it looks like. This one, after I think I did color some parts in, and then I die cut this part. But so it has the part for the seeds, but I didn't do anything with it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Nuvo drops and then try to make it look like more like a strawberry, because otherwise right now you're like, what is she holding? Here's another strawberry die. So I did die cut out that piece, and I paper pieced that back in, and I colored the whole background yellow so that it would show through. But the rest of it, I just used my pens and I colored those parts in. This one was a challenge. I did not know what her pose was or how this dress was supposed to fit her. So I did have to go back and reference it on AliExpress just to see what this die was supposed to look like. Luckily, I found it. And then I figured out how to do it. So she has another bow like right here, which I don't quite understand. So I only put the big bow. But I did make an extra one to go with the die so that I know for next time like what it's supposed to look like. This was another one. I probably need to cut one more. I think I only did one of this one. This is not what she's supposed to be looking like. Her pose is not supposed to look like that. But anyway, I just did it because I was like over it already. So the other thing you have to think about, because you're like, it's like paper piecing, but it's like the whole, like they cuts out the outline. So I did have to like fussy cut out the hand, and I couldn't leave like a border like I normally do, because it would look weird to have like white right around her hat by her head. So just keep that kind of stuff in mind when you're doing it. Okay, so this one was a little bit easier. I only just used my pens to color it in. Same with this one. This one actually is supposed to have a happy face on the heart, but I didn't die cut it, so I just colored it in, and I think it still looks cute. This one is the same as the Halloween one, so you can see just by changing the paper and the colors up, you can still use the same die for different holidays and so forth. So I'm sure I could make like a Christmas one if I cut it out in red and green or whatever. This one is that Cricut iridescent cardstock, which I do like. And then I finally made the, what is it called? The nerdy one. And then after I looked at it online, I noticed that I just keep these random pieces. Like after I die cut it, if I have an extra nose, and I'll just use that. And I think I used too big a piece here, but I still think it looks cute. Here's one where she's holding the teddy bear. This one was all colored in with a pen. Same with this one. So the only ones that I paper piece back in is like the eyes and the nose and all that stuff. Okay, so that is all of the Hello Kitty stuff that I've been working on. This isn't even all of my dies, you guys. Like I have a whole bunch more that I haven't even touched yet. So I'm slowly getting through all of them so that I can have samples, and then I can share some and I can use some on projects. So I encourage you to get in there and use your dies just to see, because like if I didn't go and try to do this, look, I bought it 3 times already. So that's my fault. If I had just done this sooner, I wouldn't have bought it 3 times. So now a couple people are going to get lucky and get, you know, this die from me. But anyway, so don't forget to check out my birthday challenge video to see. I try to make it really easy. You know, you just got to make one die cut for me. That's it. Or you can go on your Cricut, put something together there, as long as it's Sanrio or Hello Kitty themed. Or you can make an embellishment like a bow and then just add like a Hello Kitty charm or something like that. That's it. Like you don't have to send me like 5 things. You only have to send me just one thing. Hopefully you folks will get that to me by, I think it's November 12th. Go check out the video, has all the information there. And then if you are interested, DM me on IG. I am Crafty Hilo Girl. And then you can let me know that you're sending a package, and then I'll give you my address. Okay, so that is my project share for today. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.